In the year 70 AD, Roman legions sacked and burned Jerusalem. Israel would remain a nation in exile for nearly 2,000 years. But in the aftermath of World War II, the people of the book returned home. Israel's rebirth and survival in the 20th century has often been called a miracle. Those who were there cite their own experiences as proof. I'm Michael Greenspan. I'm an investigative journalist. These are their stories. The King David Hotel has played host to kings and queens, prime ministers and presidents, the world's powerful and famous. I'm here to meet a remarkable woman. Shula Cohen looks like she could be Whistler's mother or anybody's grandmother.
Hi. It's an honor to meet you.
But behind her quiet dignity is a woman of incredible courage and one of Israel's most famous spies. She claims her story is a miracle.
Well, tell me, how did you become a spy in the first place?
That was a whole different story. I was married in Beirut. My husband paid for everything, even my dowry. His family was very wealthy. We lived across the street from a Jewish school. There was a custom in Lebanon that once a year, every school or club should make a party to celebrate the end of the term. But in Lebanon, if you had that size of a gathering, you had to go to the prime minister for a permit. I don't know why, but when I saw him, I felt as though I was looking at my father. He was such a lovely man and warm.
Maintenant, comment puis-je?
Monsieur le Président, je suis Shula Cohen, je suis juive et mariée. Je suis ici pour le compte de l'école juive, afin d'obtenir une permission pour la fête de fin d'année de celle-ci. Les responsables de l'école pensent que vous n'accorderez pas cette autorisation. Mais je leur ai dit que vous êtes un homme honorable. Que je vous viendrai vous la demander. C'est pour cela que je suis ici. Quelle est votre réponse, monsieur?
Écoutez, madame, ce n'est pas la première fois que l'école obtient la réponse. Chaque année, vous venez ici. Chaque année, vous l'obtenez. Tout ira bien. Nous ferons pour vous comme chaque année.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Je ne vous prendrai pas plus de votre temps.
Madame Cohen?
Oui, Monsieur le Président.
Votre autorisation sera prête dans 2 jours. Cela fera une différence pour vous de ne pas revenir me voir dans mon bureau?
Non, absolument pas, avec plaisir.
Et donc, vous viendrez me voir chez moi? Disons 2 heures?
Oui, pourquoi pas. Merci.
Eh, pourquoi pas?
In the car going home, I told myself, why did you tell him you're going to his house? I don't know if he's married, not married, what kind of a man he is. When I went back to get the papers, the Prime Minister wanted me to meet his family.
Shula, ahlan bik fi bayti.
We took tea, and I met his wife and his daughters. His youngest was maybe 2 years older than me. We became best friends. The Prime Minister once said to me, once I had 3 daughters. Now I have 4, and my table is complete. I came to know all the leaders in Lebanon and Syria, too. And they all knew me.
But you hadn't started spying yet, had you?
That started in 1947. Israel wasn't yet born, and already there was talk about a war if they declared a state. That Christmas, 1947, the Prime Minister had a big Christmas party. It was something he did every year. The who's who of Lebanon and Syria were there. Prime Minister's wife and daughters were there. And of course, there was Shula. The one Jew among all those Arabs. During the party, I overheard voices talking about attacking Israel. They were the top generals from Lebanon and Syria, and they were preparing 2 attacks on the Jews in Palestine. It wasn't Israel yet. I heard when, how, every detail. I began to tremble. Inside, I was praying. God, what if I am hearing is going to happen? I couldn't sleep. I looked up at the sky and I prayed.
Elohim, לא שמעתי. כל כך הרבה אנשים ימותו. איזה אסון עומד לקרות. מה לעשות? מה לעשות?
The next morning, I saw myself still doing nothing. After thinking about it a lot, I remembered one of the things we learned in school was how to make invisible ink.
نايمة؟ ما لم يقولوا لك؟
I made up as much of the liquid as I could. It worked. I had not forgotten. So I wrote a letter in English as if to my cousin. And then, with the invisible ink, I wrote the details of what I had heard the general say. I addressed the letter to Jerusalem. That's all I wrote on the envelope. But what to do with the letter, I didn't know. I decided to go to my husband in his shop. But in those days, a married woman did not do such a thing. She would be looked down on. It was not done. But I had to go.
وسنكون على اتصال. شولا، ماذا تفعلين هنا؟ أجئت من بيتك إلى هنا لتبكي؟
ابنة عمي في القدس وهي مريضة وستذهب للمستشفى لتجري عملية وأنا لا أعرف شيئا عن هذا الأمر. أنا قلقة جدا ولا أستطيع أن أنام، ولقد كتبت لهذه الرسالة ولا أعرف إذا ستصل بسبب الخدود المغلقة. ما كان علي أن آتي إلى هنا يا جوزيف، لكنني لا أعرف ماذا أفعل.
حسنا، لا تقلقي، دعيني أفكر. قد يكون لدي الحل. عندي زبون درزي وهو يسكن بجانب الحدود، ويأتي هنا كل أسبوع، وسوف يأتي بعد نصف ساعة. إذا أخذ الرسالة قد يستطيع أن يعطيها إلى أحد عبر الحدود، ولكن دعيني أسأله.
تظني أن بإمكاني أن يرسلها إلى القدس؟
لست أدري، ولكن هذه أفضل فكرة خطرت لي. ها هو هنا. أنت محظوظة يا شولا. أهلا سيد عمر.
أهلا سيد كوهين.
بضاعتك جاهزة وسوف يقوم العمال بتحميلها إلى سيارته.
شكرا سيد كوهين.
عمر، أود أن أطلب منك طلبا.
Now, mind you, he hadn't even looked at the envelope to see it was addressed to Jerusalem. But he turned to me and said,
لكن يوجد عندي صديقان اثنان جنديان في الهجنة. يأتي واحد منهما كل ليلة إلي في المحل. ربما قد تكون تلك الطريقة الوحيدة التي ممكن أن أساعدك فيها.
إذا كان هذا كله ما تستطيع أن تفعله سيكون كافيا. أعطي الرسالة.
طاب يومك سيدة كوهين.
شكرا.
The Druze man had no idea that this is exactly what I wanted. A few days later, it was after Christmas. It was raining very hard.
ما هذا؟
افتحيه وسوف تري بنفسك.
It read something to the effect. Thank you very much. We would like to know you and talk to you. I thought about what Israel was asking of me. She does not know me. If she asked me, she must not have anyone else to turn to. So I decided I was going to try. I told my husband I was going to see a friend, and I went with the Arab man to meet the Israelis. This is the way it all began. This is the way I became a spy.
And you managed to keep all this from your husband?
When I started smuggling Jews out of Lebanon, I turned to him for help. I just needed money, and he gave it to me. He didn't know about the political information I was giving to Israel. But eventually everything was in the newspapers. The spy, they called me.
How did you get caught?
I often received documents for Israel and then passed them on to whomever was supposed to get them.
Yasmin, 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 Yasmin. أين الرسالة الملعونة؟ جدوا الرسالة، دمروا هذا البيت. لا يهون ماذا تفعلوا، عليكم أن تجدوا هذه الرسالة. أنا أعرف أن الرسالة هناك ولن أخرج بدونها.
Under my breath, I told God, please, Israel does not need you now. I need you today. 6 children are going to be orphans. Please, God, save me from that hand.
هل رأيت تضع رسالة هناك؟ نعم سيدي. إذا ارمي كل شيء الأرض وجد الرسالة. سمعت سيدي. إذا اكمل التفتيش.
عار عليك تصرفك هذا. ما امرأة انجبت قبل زمن قليل؟
لا تقلقي، سوف نجدها يا خائنة. ستأتي معي للقسم.
أنا أعرف حقوقي. أين الشرطة اللبنانية؟ أنتم لستم القانون هنا. يجب أن ألبس قبل ذلك وأرضي مولودي.
انتظر هناك ولا تدع تهرب عن عينيك.
أنت متزوج؟
نعم. ليه ماذا؟
أنت أكيد لا رفلش. أنا لازم أسكر الباب الوقت اللي أنا بلبس.
دقيقة واحدة.
Michael, I don't know what you believe, or if you believe. But what I tell you is what happened. I put my hand under the baby's clothes, and there was the document. There is no way they could not have found it. was the miracle. That was really the miracle.
When they took you down to the police station, what happened?
Oh, they interrogated me till 3 in the morning that first day.
نحن نعلم بأنك تعملين للسلاح الإسرائيليون سنوات. من شخص الاتصال سيدة كوهن؟
لا أعرف ماذا تقول.
سيدة كوهن، نحن مثلك لن نعيد أن نطيل بهذا الأمر. فاكت كل لنا من أعطاك الرسالة.
لا أعرف أي رسالة.
من هو مسؤول الموساد في لبنان؟
لست أدري.
كم عميل يوجد في بيروت؟
لا أدري. من فضلك لا أدري.
أنا مسؤول في الحكومة.
من فضلك لا أعرف. من فضلك لا أعرف. من فضلك أريد العودة إلى بيتي وأولادي.
سيدة كوهن، لا تصعبي علي. قولي لنا ما نريد وعود إلى البيت.
فضلك لا أدري ما تقول.
I was in solitary confinement for 2.5 years. Every few days, they would interrogate me again, trying to break me down. But they couldn't. All the Arab countries wanted my death. No attorney in Lebanon would defend me because their career would be destroyed if they did.
السيدة كوهن، لقد قمت بتسريب ملفات سرية بشكل غير قانوني لعملاء إسرائيليين، أليس كذلك؟
لا.
السيدة كوهن، لقد قمت بذلك، ألم تقومي بذلك؟
لا أكذب.
سيدة كوهن، لا تكذبي لهذه المحكمة، أنت عميلة الموساد، أليس كذلك؟
لا.
نعم، أنت كذلك، وسوف تقولين الحقيقة أمام هذه المحكمة.
أعلم أننا لا نعيش وحدنا في هذا العالم. الله يجزيكم.
السيدة كوهن، سيدة كوهن، قولي لنا الحقيقة، هذه فرصتك الأخيرة. سيدة كوهن،
The Syrians, they do what they want. Afterwards, they took the nails out from my feet. After a while, I was like a mental patient coming to the trial. I wasn't allowed to eat or drink or have anything from home. Finally, when they saw they could get nothing out of me, the prosecutor had my legs tied tight and my arms tied, and they hung me upside down. When the prosecutor gave the order, one whip went down and the other up, and the blood would come from my legs, and I would faint. And the doctor would check to see that I was alive, and they would begin again. Each time I would pray, God, please help me. Give me the strength to show that we are Jews, not animals. Give me the force to pass this one more trial. After so much, they thought that I would confess, but I didn't. But I was not proud. I was finished. No legs, no hands, no teeth. Other things I cannot dare to speak of that they have done to me.
شولا كوهين، لقد ثبت أمام هيئة المحكمة إدانتك بتهمة الخيانة العظمى، وعليه نصدر حكمنا بالإعدام شنقا حتى الموت. وبعد الجلسة.
I was sentenced to death, even though they had no evidence. The Syrians wanted to hang me in the city square and let my body rot for 7 days. My husband bribed many officials to get my sentence changed. Well, it was finally changed to life imprisonment and then 20 years. But I have no doubt the Syrians would have had me executed one way or another had it not been for the 6-Day War. When the war was over, Lebanon had one of Israel's pilots. When they negotiated for his release, Israel remembered Shula Cohen. The two of us were exchanged for not 496 Lebanese and Syrian prisoners of war. When I came out, I told them I would not leave without my family. The Lebanese let them come. But they left behind everything. Our big house, everything we owned, we left behind. That's what my husband did for me. He gave up his own life for me. I was in the hospital for a month. I had 2 operations. I finally started to be human again. Joseph died in 1995. My children have all grown and done well, but I am alone with my memories and perhaps with the hope that the small things I did saved lives, maybe one, maybe many. Whatever I did was not for Shula Cohen. I did it for Israel, for God. If he is pleased with me, that is enough. It was only faith in God that got me out of the jaws of death. And that was a miracle, a real miracle.
I'm honored to have met you.
Shula Cohen has been compared to Queen Esther in the Bible. When she could have taken the easy road and done nothing, she risked everything to do what she could for her people. Where is the miracle in the Shula Cohen story? How can you explain a young Jewish wife and mother getting privileged access to the elite inner circles of Lebanese and Syrian leaders? How could a totally untrained Jewish woman in a Muslim country manage to spy for 12 years without getting caught? How did the Syrian Secret Service search the closet where she had just hidden a document seconds before and not find it? How could a woman just recovering from having her 6th child survive 7 years of the most heinous torture and abuse and live to tell about it? Those are miracles, even to me.